Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of Business in West Africa.
Yes.
I'm your host, Jim Bauman, and I'm accompanied once again by my co-host, David Kpondehou,
Yes.
founder and CEO of Africa Samurai Consulting. In yesterday's episode, we talked about how to find the ideal partner to enter, in this case, Benin or West Africa with your company. In today's episode, we want to talk about how to establish that relationship and actually enter the country. So, David, once again, welcome as always.
Thank you.
If you've identified that particular person or that particular company you want to work with,
Yes.
do you recommend entering simply an agreement, or do you recommend a company to actually enter the market itself and establish a overseas subsidiary? Or if there's another option?
So I think for this, it depends on the business because we cannot use the same approach for different type of businesses. So for some cases, you need to have a non-disclosure agreement
Okay.
with your partner, and then or you can sign an MOU so that you can try to enter the market together with that partner. So that's one point. But as foreigner, if you, for example, go to the country and you would like to start business, it's always good to have local partner, because having local partner will give you more chance to, to understand easily the market and to reach more people. And also, it will also be a kind of opportunity for you to be to pay even less tax for, like, you have some specific what can I say?
Tax
So-
benefits?
Yes, tax benefits. So from my perspective, if you have to start business, whether you go for maybe a joint venture or you can have local partner to be an agency for you to promote your business there. The other way is you can actually establish a new company, but it's always I can always recommend you to have a local, partner in that company, so that it will be easy for some specific bonus or opportunities. Yeah.
Is there a specific requirement that your your business idea has to meet in order for you to decide, I want to partner with someone, or I simply want to set up a subsidiary?
Mm, it depends, because we haven't started with any specific business, but I think it's depend on the situation. So if you would like to, for example, establish a manufacturing company,
Mm-hmm.
so it's better for you to create a new company with a local partner, because if you go for the manufacturing, you need to make sure that they have some partner for distribution and branding and marketing, all this stuff. So with those partners, you can create this kind of group, or maybe a joint venture, or you can actually create your manufacturing company alone. You don't actually need always to have a local partner. It's up to you. Just the benefit of the local partner is because he understand better the country, and he understand better how business operate in the country than you. So it could be very helpful if you have local partner in your company. But it's up to you, I think. So.
Okay. And if you have a local partner, in which way is it common to work with the local partner in Benin? So what I mean by that is it common that the local partner gets a percentage of shares of your subsidiary, or does he simply work as kind of a freelancer and you invoice and you pay him money, or does he actually become an employee in your company? What is the most common way for African businesses to work with overseas companies?
I feel local partner having a share in your company is good. It's good, and it's something I strongly recommend. But if that one cannot work, depending on your business, maybe having a local partner as a, like, one of your employees, or maybe having joint venture with local company, that's also something I can recommend.
Okay.
Yes.
And in terms of joint venture or giving a percentage of the shares to the local partner,
Yes.
do you recommend overseas companies to keep the majority of the shares, or do you think a 50-50 split would be better?
I think keeping the majority is something. It depends on who take the initiative. For example, if the local partner have the most important business or have the most important role to play in the business, so it's better to leave the local partner with that more share than your you as a foreign partner. But if you really want to have the biggest part of the share, so it's up to you. But I think it's always depend on the situation. As I said, all the situations are not the same, and it always also based on your intention going to the country. So if you will really want to control everything, and you would like to stay there and to operate in the business, because if you are not staying there and you want to stay abroad and work with that company, your partners, so there will be some decision that need immediate reaction or signature or something like that. So that sometimes is it's hard when the foreign partner have the bigger part of the share. So
Right.
yeah, so I think it's better to consider those kind of aspects.
And if we think about it in terms of doing business or getting deals done, let's say we're a B2B company and we try to enter the Beninese market. Do companies in Benin prefer to do business with companies that are actually from Benin, or do they prefer to do business with companies that are from overseas?
This situation depend on what is needed, because company always try to look for what value the other company could bring them. So if they would like to provide a service or a technology that local partner or local company that doesn't have, it's better for them to seek for that kind of technology or that kind of services abroad. So if the foreign company has what they're really seeking for, I think they will prefer dealing with this foreign company. And at the same time, sometimes the foreign company also can bring more investment, and that's something local company like, because it makes things more easier for them to catch business opportunity and grow fast. So I think most of company will like to choose their partner based on what they need, but having local partner also is something they will seek for it, but it depends on the service always. Yeah, I think so.
So this is a bit of a generalization question, but if I'm the local company,
Yes.
and I'm looking for a partner for, again, a B2B venture, what is the number one consideration in my mind that decides I pick partner number A over partner B, whether the partner is foreign or overseas? Is it the cost? Is it the quality of the product? Is it the the delivery time, for instance? Or is there simply the trust that you have that this company will exist? Like, there are so many factors that go into making a decision who you want to partner with. But from your experience, what is the number one consideration that a local company makes when they decide on this is the company I want to partner with?
I think the first should be the trust, and then after the trust, then we go for the service. What kind of quality of the service?
How does a company in Benin start trusting another company? Is it their history and track record, or does the other company have to do something special in order to gain that trust? Is it personal relationships? Is it simply the results?
Yeah, trust is based on the results. They would like to see what is the company experience, for example, in such a specific domain. So then when the company has a lot of experience and good experience in that domain, so that's how the trust, we start building the trust, because you cannot offer what you don't have, all right? So they want to make sure that whatever you're proposing, you can make it happen.
Okay.
So
And do you think for an overseas company, if they start negotiating with the local company, if they mention that they have the backing of, let's say, the Beninese government, does that increase the trust a whole lot, or it doesn't really make much of a difference?
having that government support is a key, but maybe not enough. Maybe not enough. But if they have the government support, so as a partner, as business partner, it's good for you to search more, to look for more information about what they said, you know. But I think the embassies are there for this kind of information. So the embassy already represent the government. So if your business is related to government, is your customer, I want to say, is government, then this partner can be the right partner. But I'm saying, like I keep saying, it's always depend on the situation.
Okay. And one final question regarding this trust is,
Yes.
if a overseas company has really outstanding results, but they've all happened in another country, and the local company is not aware of those results or those countries.
Yes.
Compare that to an overseas company that has achieved some minor results, not as outstanding as company A, but some minor results in Benin. As a result, worked with some Beninese companies before, so they've gotten the partnerships locally. Which of these two companies would a local company prefer? The one with the outstanding results overseas, or the ones with the decent results locally?
The companies most time are very ambitious, and they would like to, innovate. So if you have your company, for example, has good result outside and would like to bring those experience in the country, they will prefer dealing with you. I think so, because they can see the result even though it's not in the country. So they can feel like, okay, this company is bringing something new and something innovative to the country, and that could be good business opportunity for the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've touched on the B2B businesses now.
Yeah.
For the final section of this podcast and video, I would like to talk about the B2C area. If you're an overseas company,
Yes.
is it easier or more difficult for you to sell your product or service to consumers locally compared to a local company, or there's not much difference there?
I think it will be a little bit hard to sell directly to local consumer, because you don't know their psychology, you don't know like the habits, like how people react in front of maybe your service or the business you're going to offer them. So it's always good to go through a local company. You can have for example, local agency which will be there for maybe distribution or marketing and helping you to reach out people. It's easier way to go, because directly from overseas to the consumer, maybe with online business, but online business these days are not that much in like
they're not so present.
Yes, in Africa we don't have that much online business, successful online businesses, although we keep working on that. But if it is selling a product to consumer, I think it's better to go through whether a local agency or you go through wholesaler. So the wholesaler now will take the product to the retailer, then to the local consumer, like the consumer.
Okay. And do you recommend an overseas company if they're selling a product, a physical product, that on the packaging they include that it's from overseas, let's say from Europe, or it's from Japan, or it's from another country, or do you recommend leaving off the country of origin? So does knowing that it comes from an overseas country raise the consumer's perceived value of that product, their trust in that product, or it doesn't make much of a difference and it's better to leave it out?
I would say, fortunately or unfortunately, this is the way, because people will trust the product based on the origin.
Okay.
So, for example, if you say this is made in Japan, they already know how much this product is good. How, like, they're already thinking about quality product, and those kind of aspect for me is just keep things natural the way it is. Yeah, keep the origin country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've touched on many topics again.
Yeah.
We went quite in depth with how to set up the partnerships. So for B2B, there are certain ways. For B2C, there are other ways. Generally, every circumstance is different.
Yes.
Where do you recommend? Final question is: where do you recommend companies to go to find out more information? Should they go to the embassy, or should they try to find a consultant locally to help them guide through this whole jungle of opportunity?
If they are in Japan, or if I think this, if they in their country they have this the Benin embassy there, it's good to go through the embassy to get more information. But for us being individual who or consulting company who knows like more about business in the country, it could be good to contact us as well to know more about how to enter in the country and how to promote their businesses. Yeah.
Okay. As always, David, thank you once again.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
For everybody who's listening and watching, you can find our social handles in the description below. If you have any questions or topics you want us to touch on in future episodes, please let us know in the comments below. In tomorrow's episode, we will talk more about HR recruitment. So where and how to find people that are the right fit for your company. Thank you, and see you all tomorrow.
See you. Thank you very much.